All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people from all places. Well, you know what time
and familiar
it is
faces.
for. Oh, song. Almost like a Frank Sinatra. We're here for another episode of
What's It Good For?
Yeah, that's our Harry Connick Jr. take on this. All right, we're here with a product that's not new, but I don't think we had done a video on this before. We want to talk about it because if you have the money, and we're going to say that right up front, this is not for the guy still using the Sony Handycam from 10 years ago to shoot something. This is a real unit. It is a lifesaver. It is what you want if you can afford it. Here's why. It is a video switcher that has 4 inputs, a lot of effects, downstream keying, but it is a multi-format video mixer. What does that mean? That means it's expensive because they have to have a scaling chip per channel. It's like buying 4 video scalers. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to them? Do you know? Anybody want to fill in so I'm not dominating this?
If you have a signal that's coming in at 720 but you're outputting 1080, it will upscale that incoming signal to 1080.
Gosh, I
so
couldn't have done
everything
that better.
matches.
That is amazing.
And you notice he's just been to the beach. He's got this tan. He looks good.
Yeah,
I
feeling
have not been to the beach in years.
Pasty. This is our pasty friend right here. Pasty Jacob. All right. So a lot of great features. Inputs on the back. You have HDMI. They're using the VGA inputs. VGA are still and have always been a quality input. It's HD, but you can get breakout cables. So your VGA connection can be VGA, can be S-video, can be composite, component, plus you still have your HDMIs at the bottom. A lot of amazing features. It has a program monitor, which will show you all 4 inputs. We'll show you preview and program.
Yeah.
So you know what's up, what's coming up next. With your downstream keying, you plug anything into the 4th input, and you can do Chroma Key and eliminate colors, so you can do lower thirds. You can put someone in front of a green screen.
And this has downloadable backgrounds, doesn't it?
Yep.
Or
You got a separate background button so you can download JPEG. Go to your logo.
Yep.
And does that stay there when the video's on if you want it to? Can you do it that way, or?
Oh gosh.
No.
We're here
No.
for fun.
This
Okay.
overrides. So it's either on or off.
Okay.
And with this switcher, you can have program and preview, and it toggles between the two, or it's once you hook up a monitor in your settings, you can change it so you've got 2 separate outputs. So if you want to have one output going to your projectors, one output going to a confidence monitor, it's easy to do with this. And you've got 4 inputs going to confidence monitor, 4 inputs going to your projectors.
Now tell me if I'm right at this. If you do that though, you're stuck with cuts only.
Correct.
So you're just picking this one.
Yep. Yeah,
Now-
you lose your preview option to dissolve between them.
Well, and you lose the option to do a dissolve. Now, that doesn't matter because if you watch anything on TV, there are no dissolves. People don't do that unless you're
Right.
watching Lawrence Welk and you see the welcome, 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 and the dissolves. And now we have Florence singing for you, and they got a nice dissolve to the blonde with the big hair, and she goes la da 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 da.
And bubbles, lots of bubbles.
Oh, lots
Always
of bubbles.
bubbles.
Bubbles, wonderful, wonderful.
And then
I
the
can't do
disco ball.
Lawrence. So
Yes.
was there disco ball in Lawrence? Well, there probably was. So our point is, there's no dissolves. Come on, we're in the
Nobody does that anymore.
21st century. Cuts. There's a time. I like dissolves when you're leaving a segment and going to something else completely. In church, pastor's done preaching and the band starting up, a dissolve between one to the other is a nice transition because it kind of signals, okay, we're done with this, we're moving to that. There are definitely times for it, but this not only does dissolves, but it has a ton of different effects that you can pick from.
You have white patterns. You've got size, positioning, so you can easily change the size of your picture, and you can move it around different places.
Nice.
So it's very versatile.
And this right here, you can hook up asteroids and actually, I don't know what that does. What does that do?
That's your position. It moves your image around.
Ooh.
Can I ask you video guys a question? I see something on the back of this I don't know the answer to.
What's that?
And I got asked this the other day and I
Show it
forgot
here.
to look it up.
What are you asking?
What does tally mean?
Oh, I know this. I know this.
Oh, yeah.
A tally lamp is. If you're doing a large scale, it doesn't have to be large scale, but we're the talent here, and I am saying, hey, thank you and welcome, and then the camera goes over here. Well, the light goes on. That's a tally light. Lets me know I need to look at this camera, I need to look at this camera, look at this camera,
Nice.
based on the tally lamp. So when you pick that input, tally lamp on the camera goes on.
That is super cool.
See, I knew something.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, yes, we are professionals here. We do sell this stuff. I am so sorry. But, well, see, that's kind of like when they ask a president, do you know there's a real smart candidate for president says, I have no idea, but I will surround myself with the smartest people we know. Well, when you call, if we don't know an answer, we're not going to make it up. We research, we call the manufacturer, we call our buddies over at Roland, and hey, customer asked a really good question. How do we do this? They tell us, we research, we study it, we get you the information. And that's what good people do. They don't pretend they know everything, so you can't possibly know everything.
And we got over 5,000 products that we have to have a general understanding.
So I know we've gotten off topic a little, but that's
It's who we are.
at Springtree. Ooh. And we practice social distancing here at Springtree Media Group. Come on. All right, any other things? Anything you want to say before we leave?
I think we're good.
We're out.
Again.
Thanks for watching,
Yeah.
everybody.